all that. So love to dance. What's going on? About one more minute. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the 2021, guys. Like I said, it's going to be a great year. Great shows. That banner hits a little bit different. So thank you, Zen. I appreciate that. Guys, we'll go ahead and wait till maybe 30, a couple more minutes. Miss Grace, man, we got a squad in here. Thank you guys again so much for being here. I appreciate that. We got a lot of amazing things lined up for the year, a lot of talent. Guys, if you're always interested in being on the show, you can always hit me up. It's got to be just a great, great thing going on this year. I hope a lot of people continue to create content on such an amazing app and things like that. So, guys, we'll go ahead and get started. So, it's already 10:02, so we'll go ahead and get started real quick. Welcome Emoji J to the box. Let him do the intro.
Thank you, India. Thank you, terror. Thank you, disillusionment. Thank you, frailty. Thank you, consequence. Thank you, silence. The moment I let go of it was the moment I got more than I could handle. The moment I jumped off of it was the moment
Emoji J, thank you so much for that. Man, I appreciate you putting that intro together for me. Really means a lot. Guys will probably put his information in the bottom of the chat. You can hit him up. It's youtube.com/Emoji J. He records all the amazing content on the app. There we go right there. Please hit him with that favorite. Please be sure to check him out. Like I said, he's doing great things. He puts in a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of effort in recording shows and just trying to support all the people. Speaking of shows, guys, if you're new to this, if a lot of people on the app that don't really know a whole lot about the shows, if you look to live, if you're about to go live, you can look at the top under trending. You have all the banner shows. So each and every single week, there's shows Monday through Thursday that a lot of people are putting a lot of energy, time, and effort into trying to create and things of that nature. So if you certainly just take the time to support people, we have there's many different things for so many different people. We have cooking shows, we have music shows, we have talent shows, we have gratitude, we have dating shows. We just have so many things that so many people are doing. And, you know, guys, if we just kind of take the time every single week to know that so many of these people put so much time and energy and effort in their shows, to just support them for just a little bit, I promise you that there's just so much out there that so many of us can find to support each and every week. So if you're new here, guys, this is a show that we do every single Monday. I just wanted to welcome you to this. What is gratitude? This is a show that, like I said, we do every single Monday night, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And what gratitude pretty much is, guys, it's a show about finding people who wish to, you know, show more thanks during their life. You know, each week we have guests that recall, you know, circumstances, people and memories that have humbled them. That helps them reflect and grow through the whole process of gratitude. So that's what we try to do every single week. And, you know, I'm certainly, just to start off the new year, just to have an amazing opportunity to be on the banner and have so many, you know, wonderful things that we're going to do this year. I certainly want to just take the time and say that I'm very grateful to have a show like this that I can bring each and every week with amazing content, amazing guests, amazing people, and things of that nature. So I really just wanted to start off by saying that I'm very much appreciative of that. And, you know, just to have that and to have the opportunity. I know that 2020 was kind of a rough year for a lot of different people, whether it was for, you know, financial reasons, whether it was for jobs, whether it was for just, you know, family stuff. I mean, 2020 was a real struggle for a lot of different people. And I think that as we go into 2021, that we certainly have a lot to be grateful for, because if we look around, we can see that so many people have struggled, like I said, and that, you know, there's not a whole lot that separates us from being in that own situation. So again, just that's something that I'm really grateful and appreciative of, and just wanted to again thank you guys so much for being here. We always like to start the show every single week with a quote. So this week's quote is, "Be not mistaken, you will have to take bigger risks than you ever have thought possible on the path towards your dreams. You will have to take the big, scary leap. But do not fret because your soul has wings. Let me read that one more time just for that kind of just sit with everybody. Be not mistaken. You will have to take bigger risk than you ever thought possible on this path towards your dreams. You'll have to take the big, scary leap, but do not fret because your soul has wings. Guys, I don't know about you, but that's very just beneficial to me because, you know, we all have to take risk in life, whether it be in our own personal relationships with friends, whether it's in our relationships with people at work. We all have to take risk, and we never know what's going to happen. And the unknown can certainly be really scary for a lot of different people. And, you know, we just have to realize that we just have to have the best attitude and the best foot forward, and know that that's what all we can do as people, is to try to just move forward and make the best of any situation that we can be. Haven't had a show in the last week or so, guys. We took a quick week break for the holidays, the New Year's, to spend time with family and friends, and to really just kind of recharge our batteries, get ourselves back to neutral, and shut down the engines. And so last time we had a show, our topic was achievements and accomplishments. And so that's what we talked about. It was an amazing show. It was a great thing to just be able to see what people were going through and things like that. So, you know, what we try to do is just to recap on that. And we try to have a guest that accepts that challenge each and every single week, to kind of get different perspectives and different opinions about what so many different people are going through and what so many different things mean to them as people. And so, you know, at this time, I just wanted to welcome our guest this week, just to kind of reflect on, you know, maybe some achievements and accomplishments in, you know, their life. And so at the time, just wanted to welcome Otter Space, and she's going to be our first guest. And we just want to welcome her to the box at this time. So I don't know if she's in here or not. We have a wonderful lineup of people, and I just wanted to get her in here real quick.
I'm in here.
Hey, how are you?
I'm so good. How are you?
Good. It's good to see you.
Oh, thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
Well, I'm excited to have you. And, you know, your background looks great. It's a brand new year. Certainly, we all have a lot to look forward to, and realize that, you know, it's a fresh start for everybody, and we can just kind of, you know, each day is a new opportunity, and just to move forward with that. So I hope that you've had a great year and a great start to 2021 for yourself personally as a streamer, and, you know, everything else in between.
Yes, I have. 2020 was a big growth year for me,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm super, super excited about where 2021 and 2022 is going to take me, because 2020, even though everything that happened, you know, with the pandemic and everything, it definitely shaped me a lot more to the woman that I'm supposed to become for 2021, 2022, and of course the rest of my life. So I'm super excited, and I'm very motivated, and I'm so happy to be here. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I think that as we all look forward, and we look at, you know, what you said is it shapes us as human beings, male, female, whatever the case may be, that, you know, we all certainly can reflect on 2020 and move forward in the many, many years to come, and certainly see that we can have a lot of achievements and a lot of accomplishments for ourselves, whether it be, you know, in our personal lives, whether it be on the app and things of that nature, that, you know, we certainly have a lot of achievements and accomplishments that we have to look forward to. Do you have anything that you really want to share about you as a streamer, you as a person, anything to kind of just introduce you to people and kind of give you just a little bit of a opportunity to let people see that?
Yeah, so just like a little glimpse of me, I used to work at a management company for 4 years, and I used to do everything, like the ins and the outs of everything. And don't get me wrong, I loved it. I've learned so much, but I always knew I was like the end all be all for me, because my boss, loved her to death. We had a great relationship. She was more of a mentor. She used to always keep me in a little box, and I'm not meant to be in a box. Like, I'm a very creative person, and that type of business was very black and white. And because I did have the opportunity to kind of be at home because of COVID and everything like that, my creativity has sparked even more, like so much more. I love the city of Detroit. That's where I'm originally from. The city is growing. It's coming back. It's going to be bigger and better than ever before. And I always promote, like, we're the heart of America. We're the birthplace of techno. I love electronic music, and that it's going to be the roaring 20s in Detroit. And I'm really excited. And I have many dreams I want to, you know, conquer within Detroit, and hopefully spread throughout the whole entire world. So that's just a little bit about me.
Well, that's a great attitude to have, really. I mean, like you said, I mean, when you have the opportunity, with COVID going on and things of that nature, you've been able to kind of spin that a little bit in more of a positive, light, and be able to really expand on your own creativity as a person and as a woman, and really, work on a lot of different things that you maybe not necessarily saw for yourself when you first hit COVID. I mean, because I think we all were dealing with that in a way that nobody really expected. There was no kind of blueprint for what we were dealing with and what was going to be for 2020. And so I think you certainly looked at it as the right opportunity to be really creative and expand on a lot of different things that you were trying to do.
Yeah, and because we kind of had to be confined in our house and stuff like that, I definitely had the mindset of I'm not just going to sit and watch TV and kind of be like a slump a little bit. Like I'm going to work on my hobbies. I'm going to grow as an individual. So I started cooking and baking a lot more. I really started growing my wardrobe, which I might have grown my wardrobe a little bit too much,
Just a little bit.
but it is what it is, because I love fashion. But I got to, go to the gym, do yoga. I meditated. I really took a lot of time because I'm a religious individual.
Mhm.
So took a lot of time for prayer time and just to be still and be silent.
Sure.
And I think that's what really, really helped me grow the most, is because I really appreciated and accepted to just be still instead of just like go, 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 go. And I appreciated my house a lot more because I was here a lot more. So definitely appreciated my sanctuary here a lot more this year.
Yeah. Do you feel like that there have been, as you've gone through this and you had the creativity for yourself, do you feel like that there were specifically a lot of achievements or accomplishments that you had through 2020, or what do you feel like was?
I think my accomplishments more through 2020 is going to be more like emotionally and spiritually for me.
Which is still important, which is
Yeah,
still extremely important
honestly, like,
for self-growth. Yeah.
yes, you got it. Those achievements I would rather take over than like a trophy, a piece of paper achievement, or anything like that, because I know when I get to like become more still and calm and find that inner peace and love thyself, I'll be able to do so much more in the world and my dreams. I'm going to be a stronger woman to be able to achieve anything and everything. So I think that's what my biggest achievement really was. I spent a lot of time with my aunt, and just having her be like side by side with me and just love and family and like taking care of my dad and just having like dinner on the table at 6 o'clock and laughing and watching movies and TV and just surrounding myself with that type of atmosphere and stuff really helped me achieve emotional stability. Not that I wasn't emotional stable before, but just because of personal things in life, it definitely made me a lot stronger. So I think spiritual and emotionally was like the biggest achievement in 2020.
Wow. Guys, we just want to take a minute real quick. If you're new here, just wanted to let you know this is a show that we do every single Monday night, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. It's called Gratitude. We have a bunch of amazing guests each and every single week that we bring up to share about things that they recall in their life, circumstances, people, and memories that have really humbled them. And, that's what, Otter's here. Otter Space is doing that. Please hit her with a favorite. And certainly she's sharing so many wonderful things in her life for 2020, especially that have not only changed her as a woman, but, as a better niece, as a better daughter, as a better person. And so, I certainly appreciate you being able to expand on that a lot, because I think that, like you said, if you're especially a really family-oriented person, this certainly has given people a real look in the face and say, look, maybe I wasn't calling somebody a certain amount of time, or maybe I wasn't really spending time. And then, like you said, as you're having dinner on the table with your aunt, your dad, and things of that nature, it's certainly, as you look at that, and it makes you appreciate that more, because there's a lot of people that don't have that. They may have had family pass away, or maybe they kind of get caught up in their own life, and they don't necessarily realize that kind of stuff is certainly important, and it certainly helps shape us as people and self-growth to not only be better for what we're trying to be as people, but better friendships, better coworkers, better employees, and things like that. And it all kind of really works together.
Yes, and I definitely viewed like the family foundation, because you know, my dad, my aunt, they were like at their own places and stuff. But during quarantine, we're like, no, we're going to be together. And it really created, because I've been on my own since I've been 19.
Right.
And having family back at, you know, my house to really build that foundation again was literally like the glue. And we all three were just so ecstatic. We just laughed every single day. We had good times. We would go out to dinner still here and there sometimes, you know. It was just really awesome to really get back to my family roots of my dad's family, my aunt's family, and everything like that. And, you know, we started listening to classical music together. And, you know, I'm a girl, so I get emotional. So we would kind of cry together. And it was just absolutely beautiful, because the stronger you are with your family, because family is a core foundation of anything and everything in our world. When you have those people, because it's unconditional love and everything like that, it helps you with any person, like or like other family members, friends, coworkers, you know, people on this app and stuff like that, because you really have your heart filled with like true love from your family and everything like that. And that's definitely an achievement and an accomplishment too, as I kind of brought our little family together during COVID in 2020. And, you know, I wouldn't change it for the world, even though all the horrible things that were going on, you know, we had so many beautiful moments that we laughed and cried and, you know, really felt our emotions and stuff like that. And I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, wow, that's amazing. I mean, that just certainly speaks a lot to you and how genuine you are and how family oriented you are, because, you know, as you make the comment of being the glue for your family, I mean, that certainly, you know, that can fall on the shoulders for a lot of people. And, you know, that can sometimes be a tremendous burden in a way, because if you're not necessarily ready for that, because like you said, you're able to travel and go on doing your and things in your life. And when you're kind of there, you know, you have to sort of realize that, like, look, that's what I'm being for my family. That's not necessarily a bad thing, you know, because it certainly helps you learn a lot more about them.
Yes.
You know, maybe some things that you didn't necessarily see, even though they're your mom and your dad, brothers, sisters, aunts, cousins, and uncles. I mean, there's certainly, you know, a lot more that you see about them, and maybe certainly that they'll see about you. And it certainly helps build those, you know, foundations of relationships and opportunities to just really get to know people. Certainly like this app, you know, we spend a whole lot of time in each other's streams and things of that nature. It certainly gives us an opportunity to get to know people on a certain level. But as you can kind of translate that and kind of transfer that to your real life, you know, it certainly all kind of works together.
Yes, definitely. And I definitely it is stressful being the glue to your family, but at the same time, it is like one of the most like rewarding things ever, because I bring everybody together and it's beautiful. You know, I cook them dinner with my grandma who's 87. I like,
Wow.
bless her. She's so adorable. She's so cute. And my dad's health kind of started to decline a lot in March. So I was very happy to, you know, kind of leave my position. And during COVID, it kind of all like worked out perfectly a little bit to where I can fully take care of him. And my relationship with my dad has grown so much that it's just amazing. It's such a blessing. I just love my dad. Of course, I love my grandma. I love my aunt. So yeah, it's stressful at some times, but, you know, complete opposite. It's so rewarding at the same time as well.
I think that certainly through that, especially, you know, you could really say that that's an accomplishment. I mean, maybe you've already been close with your dad. You may have already had a great relationship there. But like, you know, as you grow closer with him, and you certainly are, you know, being able to kind of, you know, take him under your wing in a sense to do what you can for him, you feel accomplished by that. You feel accomplished of being, you know, not only a great person, but like certainly an amazing daughter. And I'm sure that, you know, every single day that he's very grateful for that, you know, for you to be there for him and be there for your family, and for them to know that they can look at you and be like, hey, Otter's here to, you know, really do what she can for the family, and for that to not go, you know, overlooked or anything like that. So I know that probably for you especially really feels like an accomplishment and an achievement, and it really kind of works together. So.
Yes, and I do want to say something about my dad. So we took him on a vacation. My dad has worked his whole entire life. He hasn't been on a vacation probably in about 10 years. So we finally had the opportunity because he was on leave from work and stuff. So we took him on a little vacation, and he does have a disability now, so I kind of have to watch him every single move. You know, I have to be on him a little bit. So he ends up going off on his own, and I'm like, oh my gosh, where is he? Of course, I started to freak out. And Jamison, he comes back with this stone that just says dream on it. And because my dad's disability affects his communication, so he can't speak with me like how you and I can speak and everything. But he bought this stone all on his own, and he handed it to me at the dinner table, and he just looked at me, and he just kept staring at me, and I just took it as like, oh my gosh, my dad is communicating with me through what he just bought, that I need to focus on my dreams and go for my dreams and don't let anything stop me. And hence why I'm utilizing this app, and I'm here and everything. So I love my dad so much. I know he might not be able to tell me he loves me, but of course I would rather somebody show me versus telling me and everything like that. So my vision board and everything that I'm working on, it's of course for me, but at the end of the day, it's completely for my dad, because he raised me, and my aunt helped raise me, and it's for them. Like, my dreams are going to come true, but it's all for them, not like me, you know?
Sure.
So it made me cry, of course, when he gave it to me.
Well, no, I mean, because, you know, something like that is so gratifying. You know, something like that is so special to, you know, have him be able to give that to you, and for you to always cherish that. You know, that, you know, for him to have given you that right there is worth more than $1 million.
Yes.
You know, and you can't put a price on that kind of stuff, because it is so sentimental to you, and what it certainly, you know, is a representation of y'all's relationship,
Mm-hmm.
and how much, you know, you value him and how much he values you. And yeah, so
I'm going to
that's
do
a really good story to I appreciate you sharing that. And, you know, yeah, that's an amazing thing. So so yeah. So as we continue to just sort of touch on that again with your relationship and your family, what do you feel like for you has been the best accomplishment, you know, moving forward, or what do you take from everything that certainly has been a great thing for you? What do you take moving forward to 2021 and so many future years with your family and with your dad and things of that nature?
So my dad told me to dream, and I'm dreaming big. Like, when I state I have a dream, it's not just like, oh, I'm going to run a business. I'm going to impact the world. And because I believe in God, he has showed me in 2016 what I'm supposed to do. And every single day I'm on that journey, accomplishing my dream and my goals and stuff like that. And I can't specifically tell you what exactly I'm going to do, but I just know that he has a plan for me, and it's definitely coming into fruition. And every single day is a new day to work towards that goal. And I know it's going to come true. It's all about having patience and when the timing is right and everything like that. I love music, dance, nightlife. I love food. I just love the city of Detroit. So honestly, anything and everything, you name it, like Detroit, I'm going to do so many great things in Detroit. I'm going to host a party. I want to have a masquerade ball. I want to own my own restaurant, a club. Like, Detroit is coming up, and yeah, Blake, you can come. Club premiere in Detroit. Let's go. Hello.
No.
So you name it. I just want to be the advocate. I want to be the Detroit Muse, because so many people have a negative connotation towards Detroit, and I'm going to be the positive spokesperson for Detroit. And it's really interesting because we actually have this island that's a like kind of like a big park,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a road that's named on this island park that's called
Really?
that's called Muse. Yeah. So Detroit Muse, it's kind of all coming together, and it's going to take, it might take a couple years for my whole dream to manifest and everything like that. But, I'm putting it into the world and in society and stuff, and I know it's going to come true. So just
Absolutely.
be on the lookout. It's happening. It's coming.
I think even, outside of Detroit or anywhere that you could be, you can certainly continue to, like you said, in your own words, do huge and great and big things. And I think that, as you continue to have the perspective of your life or your faith or whatever is certainly important to you, I think that, I think for all of us, especially, we look at 2021 as an opportunity. I mean, 2020 may have been a lot of doors that were closed.
Mm-hmm.
And 2021 can certainly be a lot of different doors that can open for so many different people. So I just certainly just appreciate you being here and just talking about achievements and accomplishments. I certainly appreciate you sharing, such a very heartfelt and very amazing story about your relationship with your dad and your aunt and all your family. And so, as you kind of wrap it up, or as we wrap up just your section, is there anything that you want to share to anybody, or anything that you would like to give, as far as words of encouragement or anything like that to anybody in the new year?
Yeah, so I kind of have like two little things I've been saying like on stream. So I'm streaming and dreaming, and
There you go.
people will ask me, I'm streaming and dreaming,
I love it.
and because you can meet so many people, and the travel business is going to boom after COVID. Everybody's going to want to go meet everybody. It's interesting. It's going to be awesome. And then when we believe, that's when we can achieve. So I'm here believing, and I know I'm going to achieve whatever I believe in. So I'm excited.
What a great attitude that is. I love it.
Well, thank you so much for having me on your show. I appreciate it, and it's been an honor. I was a little nervous in the beginning, but I had so much fun.
I think hey, it's an amazing show. I mean, it's a great thing to just share so many different things, as a conversation flows and as people are, open up and be genuine and things like that. The conversation just is so dope. So I just thank you so much for being here, guys. If you get a chance, please hit her with an amazing fave. She's an amazing person, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
Wow, guys, that was a huge, amazing story. So much to share there with her, her family and her life and the things that she certainly wanted to accomplish. I think she certainly had such a great attitude that we can all certainly learn from and apply in our own lives. And I can certainly just be very appreciative of that kind of attitude. So, wow. Again, guys, please hit her with that favorite. And again, guys, this is a show that we do every single Monday, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. It's called Gratitude. It's something that we want to just continue to do each and every week, have continued great guests, great people, great situations and circumstances that everybody can share. And like I said, if you're interested to be in the show, please hit me up in the DMs. We can all, continue to grow as people and friends. And whether we're on the app or in real life is certainly an amazing thing to continue to do. So at this time, guys, we just wanted to introduce you to this week's topic, which is taking risk. That's what we're going to talk about. It's certainly going to be a wonderful thing to really learn and share about. I think we all have really been in situations where we felt like we were taking risk each and every day in our own life. And I think that, as we can, dive into that and share, personal things and things of that nature, that we can certainly all continue to appreciate and learn from each other in so many new and different ways. So just wanted to welcome our second guest of the show this week. Her name is Lady Lark. Request that box at the time, and we'll certainly get into that for sure. So, hey, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. It's good to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking the time. I know that you and Otter and certainly everybody else is busy with life, and whether we're moving or getting new jobs and things of that nature, we all have a lot of things going on. So I certainly appreciate you and her and certainly everybody for being here for such an amazing time and just for a little hour in our week, just to, be able to share so many wonderful things. So just to kind of give you a little bit of an introduction, I mean, where do I start? Disney historian, opera singer, pageant royalty, as you put it. That certainly sums up some amazing things in your life that, to kind of touch on and share with what Otter was achievements and accomplishments. So just to kind of give you an introduction, the floor is yours.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, hello, everyone. I'm Lady Lark. You can call me Lark. You can call me Lucky. You can call me whatever you want. But I, like Jamison said, I'm a Disney historian, I'm an opera singer, and I'm pageant royalty. So, on this week's topic, a lot of my life has just been taking risks because I grew up so sick. I'm a cancer survivor, and most of my young life, I was told that I wouldn't make it to this point, and therefore I'm a very stubborn person.
Aren't we all, really?
Yeah, I'm a very stubborn person, so I didn't like that, and I was determined to prove them wrong, and not only prove them wrong, but to cram as much life as I could into whatever short amount of time that I had, so that I wasn't missing anything. So it was a lot of risk taking. I mean, I started out wanting to perform. That was my first love in life, was performing, and never thought I would be an opera singer. Never thought at 11 years old that's what I would be pursuing in life. But after my very first role as an enchanted cheese grater in Beauty and the Beast, I was like, this is what I want to do. So my mom enrolled me in acting lessons and voice lessons, and I started like, and you know, the risks that I took, like it led me from one to the other. I dropped out, not dropped out, but I started being homeschooled so I could move to New York so I could pursue a performing career. And that led me to eventually get into entertainment at Disney, where I was friends with Snow White, Pluto, and Eeyore for a while before
That's a good to have.
yeah, good friends to have, before I decided to go to school for musical theater.
Right.
And that's where life started to take a turn for me, because I used to be a dancer, and I was just getting over my second battle with cancer. And then right as I was starting to get better, or right when I was better, and I had this full ride on a dance scholarship to one of the best theater schools and music schools in the country, I got in an accident. And it actually caused me to not be able to walk or move for 3 months.
Wow.
And so I wasn't able to do the dance qualifications that I needed to at school. And by the time I got back, I had to relearn a lot of stuff through physical therapy and everything. So I couldn't dance the way that I used to. So I lost that scholarship. And I had to fight to stay in the program because they were going to kick me out entirely. And I said, no, please give me a chance. And because I decided to keep pursuing it, even though my director sat me down and he said, you're not going to make it in this business. You don't have what it takes anymore. And you're too good at too many things to throw it all away on one thing.
Right.
And I would say probably, I don't have many regrets in life, but one of my biggest regrets is I took that to heart. And I ended up not pursuing performing full time. At first, I wanted to prove him wrong. I went and I ended up auditioning for Disney again. But when they told me I was exactly everything they were looking for, but I'd just gotten too tall to be anything, I was like, okay, well, maybe performing isn't for me. And I gave that up. And I found a new passion, and I still kept taking those risks. And that's how I got to spend 2 years working my dream job at Disney, which was in corporate communications. I mean, I did find a new passion. So, and I'm very proud of that, and I'm very excited about it. But I recently got laid off from Disney. However, it kind of opened it was very hard for a while. It was a really sad time for the past, how long have we been in quarantine now? But it was really sad. But it's also kind of recently opened my eyes through that and a series of other events that, maybe there are some dreams that I thought were over and kind of said goodbye to,
right,
that aren't necessarily, like maybe those doors are opening back up to me again. So
right.
Why not at least give it a try? Because if I don't at least try it, I'm always going to regret it.
And that's what risks are all about. I mean, because you don't know, the unknown. I mean, it's scary for a lot of people when you don't really know what's going to come next, especially with some of the things that you had going on in your life.
Right.
You have one thing after the next that just kind of hits you in so many different directions. A risk to you especially is tremendous.
Oh, no, definitely. I mean, the industries that I wanted to be in, like performing and even Disney, that is an entertainment industry at the end of the day, even though I wasn't necessarily performing full time as my job. Like, those are risky businesses to be in, and you just have to get used to hearing the word no a lot. And so that's why I kind of developed the philosophy of the worst thing they can ever say to me is no, and no isn't going to kill me.
Sure.
So, and that's what I always thought, like, you know, there was a time when I was applying to work at Disney where I got 8 no's in one day for jobs I applied to. 8 no's in one day.
Oh my goodness.
And that was really hard. I mean, I that was a day where I almost completely gave up, and I was like, okay, this isn't for me either. Now I don't know what to do with my life.
I'm sure. Yeah, that's tough. I mean, but you know, that certainly, I'm sure, kind of motivated you to just keep going. Like you said, I mean, you already experienced the one thing where you maybe felt a little bit of regret about, but at that point you were just kind of like, yeah. Like,
well, and it's like, even if it didn't happen, I would have found something else. I was very fortunate that, again, I don't like to hear the word no. Yes, that's the worst thing they can say to me, but it's almost a motivating thing. So I'm like, okay, well, if I give it one more try and it still doesn't work out, then I can at least say I tried. And the next time I tried is when I started getting the job offers from Disney, including the one that I've been applying to for 2 years that kept saying no to me. So I finally got it, and that's what I got to do at Disney.
So specifically with working with such a huge company like that and a huge corporation,
yeah,
I'm sure after you got that job, were there a lot of risk that came with that? Did you feel like that you had to continue to perform at such a high level for such a very pristine company? Did you feel like that you were kind of a small fish in a big pond? How did you really feel as far as the risk every day of being able to establish yourself in such a huge corporate, you know, scenery, and to be able to do that?
Absolutely. Well, and I mean, I'll admit, I was terrified, and I was so terrified because I tried so hard for so long to get it. Right. I was so terrified of messing up that I didn't take enough risks to make myself stand out. I was just like, what do I need to do every day to get by so I don't get kicked out of here? And that's literally when my boss took me into his office, and he's just like, if we don't start seeing more from you, because we know you can do more, he's like, if we don't start seeing more from you, then, I mean, we can't keep you. Like, you know, we're trying to invest this time and this effort into you for you to improve. And you're so scared to put yourself out there that you're limiting yourself, and you're holding yourself, and therefore you're holding your team back if you're not taking those risks. Even if they completely fall flat on their face, you might as well try it. So I did.
I'm sure that was motivating for you. I'm sure that was very motivating for you because, you know, as you had that job, maybe not necessarily at first, you were kind of like, well, you know, let me do better. But like for someone to see that potential in you, to see that, like, look, you can get out there and you can be successful if you just apply yourself and not be, you know, feel like you're walking on eggshells all the time. You know what I'm saying? So that, I'm sure for you, that was just such a tremendous motivation to take or continue to take the risk just within that company every day.
Absolutely. And it's like, you know, again, I was very sick for a long time growing up. And it's like, when you have to fight that long in your life just to even make it to the next day, it's like you will fight to the death for anything. And it's like, I'm a very passionate person, and it's like, I wouldn't have spent 2 years trying to get to Disney and putting all my eggs in that basket. Like, out of college, I did nothing else. I was like, it's Disney or it's nothing for me. And so putting all my time and effort into that, I was like, I'm not going to lose it. I will do whatever it takes to get it back. So I started events. I started putting on my own like media events and everything. I was actually one of the coordinators of the Disney like 30th anniversary that they had for Hollywood Studios, because when they said we need people to do this, I was like the first person to raise my hand. I was like, you put me in there, you let me do it, because like I want this job. I want to show that I want to be here. And like, this is the only way I'm going to make it happen. This is the only way I'm going to prove to people that like I meant to be here and I meant to do this.
As you were really part of such a tremendous thing for like such a huge company, you know, 30th anniversary, I'm sure that you felt within yourself that was a risk. I mean, to make sure that every little piece, every little detail was covered, every little, you know, T was, you know, crossed, and every little I was dotted. I mean, how did you feel once that all kind of came together? Because, you know, like I said, that's certainly a risk within itself, but then you can sort of look back and be very, you know, gratified and very appreciative of what you've accomplished, even though it was such a huge risk and such a huge responsibility for what you were really in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was a huge accomplishment. And it was, I mean, first of all, on like a personal level, it was cool to just be able to like meet so many people that like really got the park started and all that kind of stuff. And I think after a while, like it is nerve-wracking to be so young. I was the youngest person on my team trying to make this giant event happen. Like it was a huge deal trying to make this event happen. But you kind of, I'm just so in love with Disney, as anyone from my streams can tell you. And I just kind of got overtaken with the emotion and the fact of like, wow, I really get to do this. I really get to be a part of something big. That it's like, yes, I'm taking a risk, but at the end of the day, because I love it so much, it doesn't even feel like a risk, because I would be doing this anyway, whether it was a risk to my career or my reputation or not. Like,
Absolutely.
And again, even if I failed, then like I still got to be a part of something big. Like one of the reasons I was kind of known at Disney was I've always been the person to step up and be on the opening team of things. I've opened brand new parks. I've opened brand new resorts. I've opened brand new character attractions. Like every single position that I've done, I've opened something. Because I've always put myself out there and been like, I want to be in the front lines. I want to be the person who's there making the magic happen. Because otherwise I was just going to end up sitting at a desk
doing, just kind of blend in with everybody else
that I didn't want to do. Yeah, exactly. If I didn't just keep putting myself out there, if I didn't take the advice of my supervisor saying like, you're not going to get anywhere in this company or anywhere in your life if you keep being too scared to take that step forward.
Yeah. As you kind of shifted from working with that company into other areas and aspects of your life,
yeah.
What were other risks? What were other things that you felt like were certainly very gratifying? In a sense that it's brought you to where you are today. It's put you in a position to where you're on a great platform like Meet Me or Plenty of Fish or Scout or whatever the case may be. What have you felt like that maybe sort of took a risk for you to kind of be where you're at today?
Well, I mean, it was just, I was on Chris Casper's show a few weeks ago, and he kind of explained like how we met and how he kind of convinced me to come on the app and everything. But that was a huge risk too, because it was basically, I mean, I met Chris off the app, and the first time that we actually had a conversation, he was like, you should really do this streaming thing. And so I basically took the advice of a literal stranger, of him saying, hey, I think you'd be really good at this. And then was just like, okay, why not? What else am I doing right now? So I jumped into that. And, that's scary in itself. Just being a human on the internet is scary sometimes. But it's opened me up not only to meet a bunch of new people, but to also realize more things about myself that, at risk of sounding conceited or unrelatable, I am a much more talented individual than I ever gave myself credit for.
Yeah.
Which has led me to say, okay, well, the Disney dream isn't happening right now. So what's the other dream that I want to make happen? And it's, I want to try performing again. And because of the support that I've had from my little family that I've built here so far and everything, saying that, why not try it? I mean, why not try it? I actually, their support, as well as, recently, again, growing up as somebody who was super sick, I made so many great friends when I was sick, which is very fortunate. The unfortunate reality, though, is that a lot of those friends didn't get better with me. One of those friends very recently, she was the person that like we always both had like such a love of musical theater. She was always the person I confided in that this was what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. And there was a show that we would always watch together. It was called Wicked. I'm sure many people know it. It's very famous. And she would always say, you're going to be Elphaba and I'm going to be Glinda. And I knew she didn't really want to do musical theater, but she knew that I did. And I would always say, no, I can't do it because I have an operatic voice. I have too much vibrato. I'm not a belter. Like, shut her down. And whenever I would say that to other people, they would be like, oh, okay, I guess I get it. But she would always say, nope, you're wrong. You're going to be it someday. and I never listened to her. Well, she said it up until the day she passed, which was a few weeks ago. And so I went to the funeral, I said goodbye, and on my way back, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to listen to Wicked to kind of, have that memory of her, of us together. And there was a version of Defying Gravity, which is the big song in the show. And there's a version I'd never heard before with like a bunch of the people who play the role on Broadway singing different snippets of the song. So I was listening to it, I was enjoying it and everything. And I believe in like revelations. I believe in like, other forces out there. Yeah, looking out for you and saying like, this is the way you should go. Well, there was a woman who came on, who had played the role on Broadway, who was singing the song. And she not only looked like me, which I never see many people who look like me, who do really well in the theater industry on Broadway and everything. She looked like me and she sounded like me. And I was like, who is this person? I looked her up. She has an operatic background. She has a super strong like vibrato to her voice. So she doesn't belt. She's a mixer. So she's like me. I can belt, but I don't belt that much. I can't belt super high and everything. And she was singing like I did. She sounded like me. And so I kept listening to it and I was like, she played this on Broadway? When she sounds like me, she played this role that I always told myself I could never do, and she played it? And to me, that was just this revelation from my friend saying like, I'm gone. I won't be able to tell you every single day that you can do this, but this is my last sign to you that you can do this and you should try at least one more time.
Right.
So that was
the motivation you needed. That was the motivation you needed.
Exactly. Well, she knew that's what I needed because, what else was I doing right now? And it was also just a sign that like, one dream is over for now, not forever. But that also means that the other dreams that you thought were over aren't over forever. You can try again. And again, it's like, even if it doesn't happen, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best to make it happen. But even if it doesn't, I'm going to kick myself forever if I don't try, if I don't at least see if she was right. So
it's important. I mean, like we were sharing with Otter earlier, I mean, especially with the new year and things, coming up that are going to be totally different and people are going to take a lot of risk. Yeah. When some certain doors or pathways close, others open. And we have to continue to try to keep that right mindset and attitude of trying to focus on what we can have and try to be, the best versions of ourselves, the best versions we can be, for all the different relationships that we have in life and certainly, try to move forward for that and to just continue to take the risk. Because it's like you said, you're never going to know how you do with something unless you try that. And as cliche as that sounds, it's very true. Sometimes we may have thought that maybe we weren't going to do that great at this. Maybe we thought that, maybe I'm going to back off a little bit and kind of play it safe, to not, ruffle any feathers or any things like that. But like, as we go forward each and every day, we understand that we just have to take the risk and we have to continue to just, do that because it's not going to happen unless we do it on our own.
Exactly.
And surround ourselves with people that support us.
And again, I go back to those 8 no's I got in one day from Disney. Yeah, I got 8 no's, but then the next time I tried, I started getting yeses. So
yeah,
I mean, you're going to hear no a lot more times, but no isn't going to kill you if you don't let it.
It really won't. It really won't. Because like you said, it's the one yes that you get. That's the one that matters, is the one that you get that can certainly just be totally life-changing. It can change your life financially. It can change your life with personal relationships. It can change your life certainly with, people that you work with each and every day. And so that's certainly the best attitude that you can have.
Exactly. So yeah, dreams were never over. They were just put on pause. And sometimes it just takes a push from some outside forces to realize like, okay, maybe that's something I should take again. So
yeah. Well, I certainly just, again, I certainly thank you for taking the time to share things in your life and for people to get an opportunity to know you. And, guys, please hit her with that favorite. She's amazing. Her and Otter and all that have been here. It's been a great show. Is there anything that you'd like to really kind of say in closing or anything that you'd like to share with people to just, help them continue to take risk in their own life?
Yeah. Well, it's like this. Sometimes people are going to show that they don't have your best interests. Sometimes life is going to say like, point you in a direction that turns out to be a dead end. Sometimes life is going to feel like it takes literally everything away from you.
Right.
But just always remember to believe in second chances, even if that's a second chance that you're just giving to yourself.
Right. Wow. Guys, if you can't take some advice from that, I don't know, you're not listening, because that's some wonderful, encouraging words between you and Otter and things that you guys were sharing. It's certainly such a great thing to hear you guys share that. So thank you so much, lady, for being here. Thank you so much for taking time out of your crazy busy Monday schedule to be here. I certainly appreciate that.
Thank you very much for allowing me to be here. I was so happy to be able to have a conversation and to share my story with all of you. So thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a good evening. Guys, wow. That's certainly just a wonderful, wonderful thing that she shared with taking risk and things of that nature. And just to kind of go back and touch on, what Otter was sharing with achievements and accomplishments and things of that nature. I think we all certainly are trying to just, do the best that we can in life and be where we want to be and place ourselves in the right situations with the right people and try to, just be the best that we can. So guys, thank you so much again. This is a show that we do every single Monday. It's called Gratitude. We have amazing guests, amazing people each and every week. And as we continue to try to put out great content and things like that, there's so many wonderful shows on the app. There's cooking shows. Again, like I said, there's music shows, there's talent shows, there's so many different things. There's dating shows that so many people can certainly find enjoyable and really get behind and support, because I think a lot of people certainly put a lot of time and energy and effort into what they're doing each and every single week on this app. And it's such a wonderful thing to see. Again, just want to leave you with a quote, guys, and we'll just let you know next week's topic. The quote we'll leave you for tonight is, "Be not mistaken, you will have to take bigger risk than you ever thought possible on this path forward towards your dreams. You have to take the big, scary leap, but do not fret because your soul has wings." I'm going to read that one more time in closing. Be not mistaken, you will have to take bigger risks than you ever thought possible on this path towards your dreams. You will have to take the big, scary leap, but do not fret because your soul has wings. Guys, it's pretty amazing. Just in closing, just want to let you know, just let you know the topic for next week is cherish memories with loved ones. That's certainly amazing, and we just wanted to let you know that's what we're doing. It's just great to have you guys here, and like I said, that's a great topic. And if you're interested in being on the show, you can certainly hit me up with the message in the DMs. This is a thing that we do each and every week. And guys, thank you so much for being here. It's such a great pleasure to bring this to you guys and things of that nature. And I'm certainly appreciative of the app and the people that support me to try to put this on each and every single week. And like I said, thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys so much. I hope everybody continues to have an amazing week, an amazing month, new year coming up. There's certainly a lot of opportunities and things in front of all of us. And we just have to continue to put our best foot forward and make the best that we can of the situations that we have. So guys, thank you so much for being here. Please continue to support all the amazing, wonderful content and the people that put it on each and every week. I love you guys. We'll see you next week.